Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Royal Instinct. Today we are going to be watching a video by the Healthy Gamer where he talks about how to date, I guess. Aimed at guys, some dating advice aimed at guys. Just quickly, this is where I stand on the topic from someone who's tried pickup, who's done thousands of approaches in both bars, clubs, on the street, day game, night game, wherever it is. The game's changed. Those tricks, those things don't work anymore. We all exist not in your town, not in your city, but we exist on the internet. And people don't trust people in real life anymore. People trust what they see on the internet. And if you have a large following, if you are a subject matter expert, if you are someone of interest, that's where all the results will go to. That's where all the resources will go to. All money, women, dating opportunities, social opportunities, business opportunities. If you want to be someone, you have to become famous in today's society to be relevant. Even if you meet someone during pickup, during day game, during night game, people don't exchange numbers anymore. People exchange Instagram followers. And if you can show, you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers or whatever, and and she thinks, oh, that's impressive, you have a chance of dating that sort of person. I mean, the hottest women in the world have thousands of followers just because they're beautiful. How are you going to compete? You're going to have to show that you are intelligent. Beautiful women don't care about beauty because they already got it. They care about intelligence and your ability to require resources. And the best way in today's society to do that is to become a subject matter expert, show the world your knowledge. Even if you don't have any knowledge right now, you can build that knowledge and show your progress, and people will be rooting for you as you take steps to accomplish and reach the peak of whatever your goal is. But you end up with thousands of followers. People will see you as someone with status, someone who's worthy to talk to. You'll get thousands of business opportunities, you make a ton of money, and you'll date the most beautiful women in the world. Who doesn't want that? Anyway, let's go and listen to Healthy Gamer.
Hey, Dr. K. In the past, you mentioned what contributes to making friends, meeting potential partner, unplanned regular interaction plus shared goal. What are your thoughts on and tips regarding meeting people over the internet and online dating now that is our only option? A side question, how do you jump a bridge between introductory small talk and free-flowing conversation? I've matched with girls on Tinder, not exclusive to online interaction. Before Virus, met people with something in common at parties, but never started a conversation, being terrified of not knowing what I should say to spark interest and have the other side engage back.
So already this guy just sounds clueless. Ask me the question. So I mean, look, man, I don't know how old this person is, but he's got no experience of how to talk to a woman, how to engage a conversation. The reason why it's so frightening to most men is because most men don't have nothing interesting that they're doing with their lives. They themselves realize it, and that's what makes them nervous. If you're an interesting person who was loving their life, you wouldn't have this problem. I was someone who, when I was 26, I think I was 26 years old, I had a back injury, and I couldn't walk for about 6 months, without any pain. I couldn't walk. It was a very traumatic experience. I can laugh at it now because I'm out of it. But like at the time, yeah, it wasn't funny. I thought literally, I lost like all confidence, and I decided to get like a dating coach, learn how to pick up women. And at the time, because my self belief was that I'm, a person with a broken back, that I'm a broken person, that I'm a unhappy person, that I'm not interesting, that I would find it difficult. And it was because of that belief set. And then doing thousands of approaches, coming out at the end of it, you realize what works, what doesn't work. And you have to be someone of value in today's society to live a happy life, to have a good dating life, to meet the woman of your dreams. But let's see what this guy's advice is going to be.
Is there something internally holding back that I should think about and digest, or is there a technique that can help me get through? Okay. So chat, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I think we gotta come up with like a, how to date and meet.
Is it just me, or is it he's got some nervous energy about him? He's got this little Weasley creepy energy.
People by Dr. K. Because I'm okay. We're gonna talk about this. Okay.
He's making it sound like he's got some great answers, and I hope he does, because I want people to succeed. I think I want humans to be happy overall, but let's see what his idea of a good piece of advice is.
Okay, how do you jump a bridge between introductory small talk and free-flowing conversation? Being terrified of not knowing what I should say to spark interest and have the other side engage back.
I mean, he kind of gave away. He doesn't know what he needs to say to spark interest. You have to be interesting to spark interest, right? And it sounds quite easy for me to say it, and I'm not having a go at the person asking the question. However, in today's society, people don't give a fuck if you're interesting or not. People care if you are a person of value, if you can benefit their lives. A hot woman looks at you and be like, all right, like, how are we going to eat today? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she could be rich as fuck, but, she still wants a man to provide for her. And then, there's all these different viewpoints of how a man should be: a feminine man, a toxic masculine man, a gentleman, a tradcon man. A hot woman can pick whoever she wants, and at the end of the day, you got to be true to yourself. The people who kind of watch my content tend to be see themselves as leaders. They see themselves as someone of royal descent, someone who has the potential to be a king, who wants to be a king. They want to build their kingdom, and they also realize that to win in today's society, which is, society is a game, right? And you have to be at the top to win it. And to do that, the easiest way for you to do it is if you are able to gain attention, become famous. And what I suggest is that you become a subject matter expert in whatever is passionate to you, your passions, your interests. You decide, because then if you're working at it, it won't be hard work to you, because it's something that you're interested in, something that you enjoy. If you have to read a fucking textbook on something, but you enjoy it, like, you will never procrastinate, right? So therefore, pick something that you're interested in, become a subject matter expert in it, and all you gotta do is just slowly, consistently work at it, and you get there to wherever your goal is.
So this is the key thing. Okay. All right. So let's think about this. Okay, chat. All right. Stay with me now. Okay. So here's the thing. When y'all talk to someone, it's not your job to spark interest.
100% correct there. It's not your job to spark interest, because you have to be someone of interest to them, right? So you can only be yourself, right? You present to the world who you are, right? Oh, this is who I am. I'm an expert on bungee jumping. I've bungee jumped all across the world. I know the best bungee jumps. I know how to overcome fear. If you've never taken a bungee jump, I can take you step by step to do it, right? All of a sudden, you're a fucking interesting person. You understand human psychology. You understand physics. You understand, just basic biology. What the fuck's going on inside your body? You know what I mean? Like your elevated heart rate. How do you manage that? And people look to you for guidance. If you ever meet a hot chick and she's, oh, I really want to do some bungee jumping, like literally, that you'll be the best person to talk to. She'll be interested in you, and you're showing competence. Like, there's no way, unless you're a weirdo, that she will be not attracted to you.
It's not your job to make the other person engage back. I want you guys to think about interactions with, we're going to assume a heteronormative and male standpoint. Your job is not to make them like you or get them interested. Your job, you're like a street vendor who has a table of stuff that is laid out, right? So your job is to lay out the.
Yeah, basically he's trying to explain that you're not trying to convince anyone, you're not trying to use any sales tactics, you're not trying to persuade. You're literally just like, I don't give a fuck who likes me, but someone will, right? And I always like the analogy what Patrice O'Neill used to talk about of the karate class or the corporation, whereas basically you own a company, you are the company, you're the product, and people want to come and work for your company. And in this sense, the company, the workers are women that find you attractive, and everyone gets an opportunity to come to your building, your office, and intern, right? And the people who work the hardest, who show the most initiative, who are the best fit for your company, best fit to be your girlfriend, will get a promotion. And then you have several women competing for this role, right? And then the best women will just rise to the top, and then they're the ones who end up, you might marry them, or they'll become your main girl, because they were the most dedicated to the company, right? Like you have an employee, right? And women love this, by the way, because um women have now joined the workforce, so they understand the competition, to make it from intern to vice president of the company.
Stuff on the table, and if they're interested, they'll play the game. But it's not about saying the right thing or the wrong thing. It's about saying
there's nothing you can say to persuade a woman. All you can do is show who you are, right? And the more followers you have, the more famous you are, the easier it becomes, because she'll look at other people liking you, following you, that you must be competent, right? And I'm not saying for anyone to fake this, right? Because you'll never build real self-esteem if you fake it. So don't get no fake followers. Pick something you're passionate about. Pick something that, if you worked at it for the rest of your life, will make you happy. Spend time on it, right? Learn the subject inside out and become an expert. And if you learn it inside out, right, spend some time on it. And this only takes a couple of years to start to be like a rising star in whatever field that you're in. Within 12 months, you can be literally like top 10% of experts in your field. The bar is very, very low. Yeah, women will just, they'll be able to see that you are the real deal, that you are the real expert in that field, and therefore the rewards are better social opportunities, better dating opportunities, better financial opportunities.
What you have to say. And so, like, put yourself out there, right? So I don't mean dick pic. That's a terrible idea under all circumstances.
Your social media profile is you putting yourself out there. It's quite simple. It's like literally you build a following, and that's you putting yourself out there. You put yourself out there, allow people to follow you who naturally like who you are, and then show the world that you are the expert that you say you are, and the dating opportunities will just come.
Senses, but I mean, like, especially if you're a male, like, do a little bit of the male dance, and so there's small talk.
Well, what the fuck does he mean by do a little bit of the male dance? You know what I mean? That's just like, if you are the real deal, if you are a subject matter expert, you don't have to do no dancing. Like, this dancing monkey stuff doesn't work.
But then, like, I think there are a couple of questions that you can ask. Like, what was 20?
I mean, asking questions already puts you as the more interested party, right? You want to find the women that are already interested in you, where you don't have to spend any time trying to persuade them into liking you. It's like, because that's kind of creepy if you think about it. Like that, like, you're trying to find out if she's interested in you. She says no, and now you've got a Me Too case on your hands. It's like, why don't you let the women form a queue? Oh, I like you. Okay, cool. Come here. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's get to know each other. Oh, okay. I don't like you. We don't like each other. You can go away. Oh, okay. You come here now. Like, it's so much easier if you come it from a position of you are a famous person, an expert in your field, someone with authority?
20 like for you? You know, so that's like a great kind of open-ended question.
That's a terrible question, because 2020 was a very traumatic time in a lot of people's lives, you know. And if you're on a date, if you're trying to get to know someone, why would you want to bring up something that was very traumatic? You know, it's like going, oh, by the way, have you ever had any of your family members touch you inappropriately? Like, why would you? It's a weird thing to ask. Like, this guy is already he's starting off on the wrong foot.
Question. But generally speaking, you want to show people like who you are. And if they're interested in that, they'll engage with you. And if they're not interested in that, they won't.
Yeah, exactly. So you're just showing who you are. People will come to you if they resonate with what you have to say.
What you don't want to do is like try to get them to spark interest and try to get them to engage with you by like being something that's inauthentic, because then it's like you're just setting yourself up for failure down the road. So just be who you are and be authentic.
Being who you are isn't enough, because you have to display that you are someone worth knowing. Okay, so you have to be who you are. You have to be who you are. You have to display to the world that you know what you're talking about. That's why become a subject matter expert, and then the right people will come that way. He's leaving out a lot of vital information.
As it turns out, in my experience, most women find that attractive, right? When you're just like authentic and fun. And like when you're cognitively focused on like enjoying yourself and being who you are, as opposed to like trying to be something that you're not, which is like so cognitively intense that you're like living a lie and there's all this like subconscious processing going on. Like you just can't, you're not relaxed. You're overthinking it. You're less fun. So just be who you are and let other people engage. I mean, even if you're a woman, it goes both ways, right? So you shouldn't try to be a particular thing for a man. Or if you're gay, you shouldn't try to be a particular thing for your partner or someone that you're attracted to. Just be who you are and display that. And for the people that are interested, they'll respond.
Again, yeah, what he's saying is quite good there. He's leaving out the part of most people too even shy to leave the house to have engage in conversation. Most people, all women already are potentially dating someone already. You know, they've already got 4 or 5 suitors that they're looking at. You know, if you think, oh, that this woman's single, it's like no woman's ever truly single. Okay, you have to be better than your competition. Okay, and the only way to beat 90% of guys, all right, is to become famous, build a following, right? The way you do it is by becoming a subject matter expert. And the reason I'm harping on about it, becoming a subject matter expert, is because you have a passion within you. There's something that interests you. There's something that you could do, right, for 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, even if you're tired, right? Even if your leg was hanging off, you know, you're injured, you'll still do it because you love it so much. That is the field where you need to compete in. That is the field where, and then no one can compete with you, right? You then become the expert, you become the authority. And then not only are you working on something where you are the expert in, you're broadcasting it to the world, right? Via social media, on Instagram, TikTok, you know, YouTube, whatever you want to do, Twitter, X, whatever you want to do, you're broadcasting it to the world that you are the authority on that subject. People will come to you, people will follow you, people will like you, you'll become fame, your happiness will grow exponentially. You know, you'll live the life of your dreams. You have the best friends. You know, other kings like myself will build a kingdom alongside you. We'll conquer the world together, and the best dating opportunities will come your way regardless. Like there's no way, right? I mean, just look at some of these ugly motherfuckers online, right? Like wherever YouTuber you can think of, right? If they've got, try and Google, right? There might be an ugly motherfucker, and then they're dating like the hottest women in the world, especially if they're like a YouTuber based in LA, because and then you got to be smart about it to differentiate between the clout chasers and the people genuinely like you for you. But you know, the people I work with will quickly figure that out.
So does that make sense? Like I want you guys to not try to get something to get them to like you. It's sort of like be who you are. And if they're interested, great. Because you're probably pretty interesting. And if they're interested, cool. So like then you guys can build on that. And it's like it's a relationship that's founded on authenticity. Now, how do you break in between small talk and free flowing conversation? This is where like you gotta like there's some notes to take here, okay?
I guarantee his notes are gonna be shit.
So open-ended question, followed by like
An open-ended question.
Investigative response, and then a little
like this is pickup stuff that he's trying to explain. You know what I mean? It's like this shit ain't gonna work.
Bit of sharing. 2-to-1 question to answer ratio. Okay. So like this is where, oh, what was 2020 like for you? Oh, interesting. Okay.
Worst question in the world.
Oh, wow. That sounds crazy. Oh, you got a cat. Cool.
Is having a cat cool? Is it cool?
Tell me about your cat. Awesome.
Is it awesome?
You're like, yeah, you can toss in like, I'm definitely allergic to cats, but.
Right. Okay. So he wants you to go up to a stranger, say, "Oh, I really like you, but I'm allergic to cats," and you, I'm allergic to cats, and I think it's really cool that you have a cat. It's like no, like the first mention of a cat should trigger alarm in your head should go off.
Now it's like tough because I clearly want to meet your cat, and I'm totally.
Does he want to meet the cat or the girl?
Into you, but I'm allergic to cats, so it's like, do I choose, allergies or continuing to, shoot my shot with you? I don't know.
So he's already, by calling it shooting your shot, he's already objectifying a woman, which I think he's trying to be against, like the way he's talking. But, if you was to say that to a girl, she'll find it creepy, right? You're allergic to cats. She has a cat. You're already incompatible, but you're willing to risk, having a allergic reaction, a breakout, potentially risk death, depending on how severe your allergy is, just to talk to this person. Like, how desperate are you? If you were famous, you'd have a queue of girls hanging, like waiting to talk to you. And then you could just be like, oh, by the way, hands up, who's got a cat? Oh, please leave the room, we're not compatible. And there'll still be like 20 more girls left who want to meet you.
No. And then like this is also where like I'd make your intentions known like pretty early. Okay? You got to let her know. Like you got to flirt, bros.
Yeah, because this guy proper knows how to flirt, innit? This guy, I believe he got married in his 20s, been married for like 17, 20 years. To the same girl. Like he has no idea what it takes to flirt, what it takes to date in 2020, 24.
You'd be like, oh man, that's a real pity. But maybe I can learn to live with allergies for you.
He wants to live with allergies for this girl. How desperate are you? That is the creepiest shit you can ever say to a girl.
Like if it involves you, like absolutely.
Look at his eyes. Like, imagine you said that to a girl. That would be the creepiest shit. Let me show once back. Look at his eyes.
With allergies for your, like, if it involves you, like, absolutely.
Like, no girl's gonna find you attractive. Right. So please, he might have some good advice about depression, about handling anxiety, how to get your life back in order. But when it comes to socializing and dating, do not listen to him. Please, please, please. He's gonna fuck up your life.
I can learn to adjust. And then you see how they respond to that. Like if they're
gonna be creeped out.
Like, oh my god, this guy's a creeper, and
100% you're a creeper.
Then you're like, okay, you back off a little bit. Maybe
please remove yourself from the environment.
You overplayed your hand, or she giggles. In which case,
even the giggle, it'll probably be a nervous laughter. It'll be so tense. You saying this shit to her that she won't be able to handle it, and she'll be like, just to. Ease some of the tension. I hope you're joking.
It's like, yeah, let's go, baby.
Don't call her baby just after you profess your love for this girl that you're willing to kill yourself over her cat.
And so introductory small talk, and then like actually get to know the person, because
she doesn't want to get to know you after this point. Like this is, I understand what he's trying to do, right? But it's not working. Like he needs to, like, don't give up the day job, mate.
What you're thinking about is like you're thinking about dating this person, right? So like you want to get to know, like, is this person interesting? What are they into? What are you into? How does that? And then like try to engage with them around topics that like seem interesting to both of you guys.
See, if you were a famous person, if you were she'll come to you being like, oh, who are you? Why are you famous? Why are these people coming up to you, congratulating you, wanting to get to know you? Like, what is it about you that's so special? That's where the interest is. It's like, oh, who is this guy? Do you know what I mean? And at this point, you've done nothing, right? You've built a following, obviously. You have a presence on social media. You're semi-famous. You are the expert in your field of whatever interests you. She'll come to you. Oh, like, who are you? Why are all these people interested in knowing you? And then you'll be like, you can say something stupid or cocky, and everything you say is going to be like, it's going to be very humble. It's like, oh, this guy is just, he's not even bragging. He's being very humble. It's like, and then like everything you do just becomes attractive. Oh, he's not really telling me what he's doing. He's trying to be humble. Like then she wants to know more. Because now she's curious. Then you reveal to her, yeah, like I own my own parachuting company, and I've written a book about parachuting. I help people get over the fears of taking their first parachute jump. I'm really into helping people. And then, she's like, oh wow, that sounds so amazing. Do you know what? I've actually always wanted to do parachuting, but I'm so scared. I'm like, and you can be like, oh, there's nothing to be scared of. It's actually one of the safest sports to do in life. And literally at this point, you're just giving her information that you're the expert on. That is like, like, why would you feel nervous at this point? You're literally telling a person about something that you enjoy, something that you're interested in, something that's your passion. Literally just telling her, and she, in her mind, she is becoming attracted to you. You've done nothing at this point, but because you're someone with authority, you're a subject matter expert. You've built some level of fame, some level of following. She'll become attracted to you, right? The only way to date, right, in today's market, right, is you have to become someone who's relevant, someone who's got of value, and you'll get 100% of the results, right? Like, there is in the world, like, even like look at some of these people, like that hang around with Sneeko, Neon, the people that come on Fresh and Fit. It's like how are these people dating women? Like, how? Like, but it's because they're famous. They've built some sort of level of status on the internet, where we all live, by the way. It's like I'm naming these names, right? There's a corner of the internet where people know who those people are, and they're raking it in terms of money, in terms of pussy, everything. All the opportunities are going to the top, and you should be there.
So ask a couple of open-ended questions. I think there are a lot of questions that people tend to ask that like people feel put on the spot. So steer clear of yes or no questions. Steer clear of like questions about like, if you want to do like, what do you do for a living? I don't think that's an interesting question.
That is the most interesting question, right? That is the most interesting question, because once you tell her what you do, she'll be like, oh, that sounds so amazing. That's really cool. Like, I want to date a guy who does that. Literally. Like, people say women are gold diggers. It's not gold diggers. It's like they want to live the best life possible. And the more beautiful the woman are, the more she can trade. It's like a bargaining chip. Like, even men are gold diggers. It's like, would you rather a poor friend or a rich friend? Oh, he's my friend. He's poor, but he's really funny. He's like, who gives a fuck? Right? Whoever's got the most money has most opportunities, right? And right now you might not be rich, okay, but I can help you become famous, right? We'll help you have a following. You'll be the expert in your field. You'll gain notoriety. You rise to the top, right? You'll realize that you are a king. You're the leader. You'll build a kingdom, right? I'll build my kingdom, and alongside me, we'll conquer the world. We'll date all the most beautiful women in the world, because all the other guys won't be able to compete against us, right? We'll have the most fun. We'll have we'll eat at the best restaurants. We'll vacation at the best places in the world. Like, we'll go to the best clubs. we'll have the coolest friends. Like, I'm looking for 100 people like this. Imagine like me and you watching this right now, right? You watching this, right? It's me, you, and 98 other people, all other men, same as us, right? And we're all, we have this network around the world, right? And every weekend, like 5, 6, 10 of us meet up, right? There's no one else gonna have more fun than us. Like, we're gonna be the life of the party on Earth, right? Everyone's gonna be like, who the fuck are these guys? They want to join our party. The most beautiful women be like, oh, can we come to your fun section of the club? They'll join our tables, right? They'll be like, oh, like, hi, my name's Mary, blah blah blah. Nice to meet you. Oh, like, what do you guys do? We'll just make some bullshit. Like, we're pirates. We just we just found some treasure and now we're celebrating. Ha ha ha! So funny. Like, anything you say, you're a fucking comedian instantly. You're the coolest guy she's ever met. Right? You're the love of her life. You're the man of her dreams. She'll literally beg you to date you. Right? Wouldn't you want that? Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you deserve? Forget this guy's advice. I mean, let's just quickly, a couple more minutes, let's see what he's got to say.
What was 2020 like for you is a good one.
This guy's still talking about 2020. It's like, fuck that.
What's something that you're excited about?
She's excited about you. She should be excited about you because you met an actual fucking person who's competent, someone who's a subject matter expert, someone who's got the coolest friends, someone who's building a kingdom, someone who's a king, who is of royalty. Like, if you build yourself to be a king, right, every woman will fucking line up to be your queen. 100%. 100%. Right? Don't fuck around with all this shit dating advice that's going on online. Find whatever you're passionate about. I can help you find that if you don't know what it is yet. Start making content built around it. Become the expert and build a kingdom alongside me, and together we'll rule the world. I think that's enough from him today, and I'll see you next time.